What's up, guys? It's Jojo from Chaos Hammer, and I'm here with another war recap, this time against the clan Iconic Origins. And so they are the sister clan to the war clan Iconic, and it was a really fun war for us. We did lose, but we gave it our best shot. We used every single one of our attacks to try to knock them out. But so we there was a little town hall difference for us, which didn't work to our favors. No excuses, but yeah. So that we had one town hall 10 and one town hall 9.5, and then we had 23 town hall 9s, and then at the bottom we had a few town hall 8s, I believe, four town hall 8s. So they were not able to actually. Aussie Chaos had an awesome defensive war this war. He had 7 people try to attack his base, and they were not able to 3-star his base. So that's pretty cool. So good job there, Aussie. And then here, Phil C, Jamin, Tyson's, Jukes 45, also some Town Hall 9s that had not been able to be 3-starred by them, and then Fluffy. They did not use 3 of their attacks, but they did use their Town Hall 11 attacks to knock out some of our Town Hall 9s. So what was I gonna say? Okay, so you can see that we were not able to 3-star any of their Town Hall 11s. Um, and then we left a few, two, four, a few of their, it looks like 8 of their Town Hall 9s we were not able to 3-star. And then I believe they had 4, 5 Town Hall 8s. So so there is. So I do have some 6-star MVPs. KC Masterpiece, Jukes 45, King Jacka, and Hate Man actually had 6 stars this war. Hate Man having 2 of his hits being fresh 3-star attacks. So good job, guys. The first attack that I want to get into would be right here on top with KC Masterpiece on their number 4, and he comes at it with a with a with some dragons and loons and some golems doing the tanking. But first he's gonna, I thought this was pretty cool. What he does is he sees on the bottom there's just a whole bunch of buildings that he can just take out, like free buildings, just take out with some minions. So he goes ahead and starts doing that. I mean, with losing the 30 seconds, this cleanup section, just having them out from the get-go actually is really cool. He will zap quick that one air defense right next to the queen. He does get her a little bit, takes her down to about, a 2/3 health, and then he drops his 3 golem, well, his own 2 golems, and then the max golem in the middle. Drops a whole bunch of wizards to create the funnel, like knock out all those trash buildings, and then lets out a few wall breakers to open up the wall. And then he drops his queen, and then when the golems are rerouting back in, he then drops his jump and then his king. His king will lock onto that enemy king right away and knocks that out. The CC is pulled. He does drop um, a poison for that, and then they are able to knock that out quickly. His queen does drop the first air defense, and then his king knocks out the last air defense. So from there you can see that he has only one more air defense to knock out, and his dragons are already coming in from 3, so there will be no air defense hitting them. There's just a few with him having level 4 dragons. It's not going to be easy, but it is. You'll see he does wreck this base. So you can see that there he just uses his queen's ability, and the dragons are coming into this little Tesla farm, with having the Teslas, and then the air, um, the expos, and then the dragons are just, going slowly but just knocking it out. You can see there's no cleanup left. There's just a few buildings that can hurt his dragons. Right now, that one archer tower is being distracted by that golemite, but when it knocks out, it does give the dragons time to knock out that gold storage, and then they just come on and finish up the base. So really good job, Casey. I should have said that was a fresh hit. Actually, all the attacks that I'm going to show are fresh hits. I love fresh hit attacks. It's one of the first things that I look for when, especially when looking at some at like this war, which was more difficult than our usual wars. They were all anti three bases. We did have to organize ourselves much better. It was a great learning experience for the entire clan. We were on Discord for I would want to say there was someone on Discord for at least the entirety of this war, and so as you knew what you wanted to hit, you would jump onto Discord, hash it out with a few of the guys that were there, and then yeah, it was just really really sweet. So the next attack here, it was a fresh hit, like I said before, and it's here on number 10 by Jukes 45, another one of our 6-star MVPs this war. And he also chooses to bring some minions just to start on that high HP, building the gold storage. Drops his 2 golems and then a whole bunch of wizards to create the funnel. He drops his queen, and then he's gonna go ahead and then drop some wall breakers, I believe, right when they start heading into the base. Unfortunately, his wall breakers decide to knock out that smaller compartment, and so his valks, because there was such a huge funnel, his valks break into the core. It still worked, and there you'll see his valks and king reroute to try to knock out that enemy queen, which they do very quickly. And he drops a jump and then a heal for them, so that while they're under that much fire, he's able to have them go through the base. He drops in a few smart hogs in the back here, just because these defenses had been targeting the core area, and so that was pretty cool. He drops his first heal for them, where he feels like it could be a possible giant bomb set. He does. There was none there, but being a fresh hit, you don't know where they are exactly. He smartly drops a second heal right over all the Tesla farm, and then the hogs just continue on. He still has a Valk, it looks like, his queen, and then the last and then some archers, and then he just has this one last defense, which was pretty cool that it was there, because then his hogs were able to work on those high HP buildings, while the queen and the Valk and archers were able to do plenty of cleanup up on top, and then the hogs, so it worked out really great for for the time. So it's a good job, Juxie. The next attack that I had thought was cool was this one here, done by a new guy here at well, fairly new at Chaos Hammer, Regulator MD, and this was a fresh hit GoVaHo attack, and he will come at it with 2 golems down here. The golem did go the one on the left did go kind of wide, so when he does open up that, he sends his test wall breaker and then his 3 wall breakers to open up the wall. The one of the golems never reroutes to get into the base, but he does drop a wizard behind, which was pretty cool, to try to knock out that cannon, but because of the wizard tower being a splash damage building, it didn't quite work out like that. And then there you'll see that you can basically say that golem didn't do that much. Now since he found the what do you call that, the Tesla farm, he does drop a heal, and there was just a whole bunch of defenses that those hogs, I think it was like about 6 hogs, were able to take out with one heal, and 6 hogs, I believe it was about 6 or 7 defenses, so that was pretty cool. And then right here he does trigger one giant one double giant bomb set, and but his hogs, he had it pre-healed, and then his hogs were able to go through it with no problem. There you see, I mean, it's done. So really good job, just breaking apart this base and doing a great job showing how to 3-star this base. So the next attack that I thought was cool was this one here on number 22, and it was done by Joseph High on and it was another GoVaHo. And so he's gonna come at it with the 2 golems down here, what, 5 and 1 at 8, a bunch of wizards to clean up the buildings in front, just to create that funnel so that his Valks have nowhere else to go but inside the base. He does drop in his wall breakers. Nope, I think it was 1, and then now he drops the remaining wall breakers, and then he drops his Valks so that they head right into the base. He drops his jump just to keep his oh, actually this one is a double jump GoVaHo, so that's pretty cool. So he drops his first jump so that and a heal so that the Valks are able to rip through those first 4 compartments, and then drops his second jump so that, I mean, this the Valks, the kill squad actually goes straight across the entirety of this base, knocks out the enemy king and queen like they weren't even there. And then continues on. So he then drops, since the some of the defenses were targeting the Valks, he does drop his hogs from the top area, and that worked out perfectly. Right here you see his golems are behind the hogs, so the hogs are being targeted, but I believe right around here some of the defenses have already started targeting the golems, and so that's able to save some of his hogs from getting fried. So there's only those 4 defenses. He drops another poison to knock out that lava pup, sorry, and then right here it's over. So let's speed that up. Still has Valks, his distracting giants. One of his golems hasn't even popped yet, and he had a whole bunch of hogs. So really good job, High. And we also have some pretty cool Town Hall 8 attacks. Um, this one here on number 28, done by Silene, and she does it with a pretty cool GoVaHo, another GoVaHo. So so what? So she's gonna come in on the bottom with 2 golems, some wizards to create the funnel, no lure, and then we'll wall breaker in to the base, and then let out, I believe, let out the Valks, her own Valks first, and then I believe the Valks from the CC, and then rages them up. They knock out that the what does it call it, the clan castle troops really quickly, drops in some wall breakers that were under rage, so they were able to get in and open up the core, and then has dropped a heal right when the troops are in the core, and then you'll see all these defenses had been targeting the what do you call it, the golem and the Valks, and then these hogs just came in and started knocking out the enemy the defensive buildings. There was a little bit of bacon made right there, but then quickly drops the heal. Thankfully has a couple 4 more hogs that she drops in from the back end, and there you'll see there's what, maybe six hogs left and one defense that's actually targeting the golem, so that's pretty cool. We'll just speed that up. Oh, oh, I forgot about that. So, but anyways, it gets the 3 star very easily, and so really good job, Celine. And the last attack that I'm going to show was this one here on number 30, done by Hate Man with another with okay, this one is cool because I mean he just he looked at the base and then created his 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 troops, I guess, to just specific to this base. So it was what do you call this? Well, giants to replace golem, I guess, with 20 space, and he didn't need because the defenses were, less. I guess it did work out for that to work like that, and then drops a whole bunch of archers, and then the wizards to take out that enemy dragon, and then opens up that base with some wall breakers. So from there, everything's gonna start heading in. Uses some quakes, 4 quakes, to open up that entire area there, just so that the Valks are able to head right into the base. Drops in his king, quickly uses the ability to, and then a heal right when the Valks and the king are entering into the core of the base. You see everything is targeting the core, and so starts dropping some hogs on the top, um, targeted hogs to the defensive buildings, and then you'll see like the ones on the bottom that can't target the loons. He drops them in super early. He still had a heal that he was able to use to take care of those defenses. His whole bunch of hogs did trigger the double giant bomb set, but because he brought those loons to take care of those buildings on the back end, it all works out. He still has some lots of really good cleanup troops. Oh, it looks like he didn't take Valks in his CC. He must have taken Max Wizards, which is pretty cool too. They do some crazy good damage. So there it is. Um, Good job, Hate Man. I did wanna. I guess I had done some, as you can see from this war recap, we did have a whole bunch of GoVaHo. It seems to be so overpowered here at the at the Town Hall 9 and then at the Town Hall 8 level. And so I was looking at they had 23 Town Hall 9s, and we were able to 3-star 16 of them. And of those 16, 11 of them happened to be GoVaHo, and then there was one GoVaLo, 3 that involved dragons, and then one Laloon attack. And yeah, so that was so as you can see, it is something that you haven't if you're a Town Hall 8, you should start practicing your GoVaHos, or in some cases where the air defenses are in the core. Actually, we do have like a really cool one where the air defenses were in the core, and so he came at it with a GoVaLo. It was the only GoVaLo done by the Town Hall 9s. So I will show this. This was a cleanup attack. It was done first by Cosby, and it was the exact same opener, and using the earthquakes, Cosby did the same exact thing. But when his Valks got into into the base itself, they didn't knock out all 4 of the air defenses, and so when he started dropping in his loons, they were quickly taken out. But Deist here decides to fix that by bringing in a lava hound to help tank for that remaining air defense, figuring that they would behave in the same way that they had with Cosby. So you see here, he drops his Valks, they knock out the enemy queen extremely quickly, take out the CC troops. Now will take out that enemy king like he wasn't even there, and then drops a heal for them, knocks out, and they start doing work. They spread out in the middle of this base, just knocking out the defense, all the buildings that are there. You can see that they behave differently though because they decide to knock out all the air defenses. So he still drops his lava hound. He could have swagged it, I think, um, because at this point there was just that lava hound will actually not pop because there just aren't enough defenses to left to really affect the raid. Well, I guess they did do some good tanking right there because his loons would have probably been hurt if the lava hound wasn't there. But you'll see that he has a lava hound. It's 2/3 full. He has one Tesla and one air defense that can hurt his loons. So there you'll see that there it goes. There's nothing left to hurt them, and he does that really well. I guess I should say that the lava hound was vital for the attack. But yeah, it worked, and so really good job, Deist. And I think that's it, guys. I have one more war recap to do before I get caught up to our current war. And the current war is actually the war where we will be, win or lose, will upgrade to a town hall, to a level 10 clan. So that's pretty exciting. We have some of our very old Chaos Hammer players that came back just for this war, and then we also had some invited guests too, to just to help us have a really fun war. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so take care and good night.